Have you noticed your aging parent or grandparent slowing down but assumed it was just normal aging? What if your body was actually trying to tell you something months before anything seems seriously wrong? Doctors and hospice nurses say there are subtle signs the body gives off in the final year of life, signs most families miss completely until it's too late to prepare. Caregivers often spend so much time managing daily routines, medications, meals, appointments, that these quiet changes slip by unnoticed, hidden in plain sight. And because these signs develop slowly, day by day, it's easy for even the most attentive family member to mistake them for just another ordinary day. In this video, we're revealing 5 of these warning signs so you can recognize them early and cherish the time you have left together. Let's get started. Sign 1. Increased sleep and fatigue. One of the very first signs is a noticeable increase in sleep. Your loved one might start sleeping 12, 14, even 16 hours a day, and even when awake, they seem tired, drowsy, or less alert than before. This happens because in the final stages of life, the body naturally starts conserving energy. Organs like the heart and kidneys begin slowing down, and the brain responds by needing more rest to cope with that reduced energy. It's easy to dismiss this as just old age, but when extreme fatigue becomes the new normal, it's worth paying closer attention. Keeping a simple daily log of sleep patterns can help you and their doctor spot the difference between normal tiredness and something more. You may also notice they take longer to wake up mentally, even after a full night's rest. Sign 2. Loss of appetite and weight loss. Another subtle but important sign is a noticeable drop in appetite. Your loved one may eat much smaller portions, skip meals entirely, or lose interest in foods they once loved. Loss happens because, as the body slows down in its final months, digestion becomes harder work, metabolism shifts, the body needs less fuel, and processing food can even feel uncomfortable or exhausting. Over time, this naturally leads to noticeable weight loss, even without any change in diet or activity. While this can also stem from treatable causes, sudden or unexplained weight loss should never be ignored. Offering smaller, more frequent meals, rather than forcing 3 big ones, can sometimes ease this transition and keep them more comfortable. Soft, easy-to-digest foods are often better tolerated than heavier meals at this stage. Sign 3. Social withdrawal. Another sign families often overlook is social withdrawal. Your loved one may stop joining conversations, lose interest in phone calls, or avoid family gatherings and activities they once looked forward to. This isn't simply sadness or depression. In many cases, it's the body and mind beginning to conserve energy, turning inward as part of a natural process near the end of life. Many people in their final months instinctively pull away from the outside world and focus inward, almost preparing emotionally for what's ahead. Of course, withdrawal can also signal depression or loneliness, which are treatable, so it's always worth checking in gently rather than assuming the worst. Simply sitting quietly with them, without pressure to talk, can mean more than any conversation ever could. Sometimes holding their hand says far more than words ever will. Sign 4. More frequent infections or illness. Another subtle warning sign is getting sick more often. Frequent colds, urinary tract infections, or chest infections that seem to come back again and again. This happens because the immune system naturally weakens with age, and even more so in the final stages of life. The body has less strength to fight off germs, and recovery between illnesses takes much longer than it used to. If your loved one seems to bounce from one infection to another, or simply can't seem to fully recover like before, it's a sign their body's defenses are running low, and it deserves a doctor's attention. Even something as small as a recurring cold deserves a follow-up, especially if it lingers longer each time. Pay close attention to confusion or unusual drowsiness during an infection, as these can sometimes be the only early warning sign. Sign 5. Subtle changes in skin and circulation. The final sign involves changes you can actually see in the skin. You might notice the hands and feet becoming cooler to the touch, even in a warm room. The skin may also look paler than usual, or develop a slightly bluish or blotchy, mottled pattern, especially around the knees, legs, or feet. This happens because, as the body weakens, blood circulation naturally redirects away from the limbs and toward the vital organs, the heart, lungs, and brain, to keep them functioning as long as possible. These changes can be gradual, so it helps to check in on your loved one's hands and feet regularly. A gentle hand massage not only helps you notice these changes, but can also offer real comfort. Soft blankets or warm socks can help, even though the cause isn't simply about temperature. It's important to remember these signs don't always mean the worst. Many of them can also point to treatable conditions like infections, medication side effects, or depression. That's why the most important step is always the same. Talk to a doctor and don't assume anything on your own. But if you do notice several of these signs together, let it be a gentle reminder to slow down, spend more time together, and say the things that matter most. No conversation, hug, or quiet moment together is ever wasted time. If this video helped you, give it a like and share it with someone who needs to see it. Take care of of your loved ones, and take care of yourself too.